Oh, wait, we were talking already. That's right. I'm good. All right, guys. So my name is Ace. You guys probably know me already. The meme guy. The meme historian. How do you guys not know me? This is James Wilder. I don't know if you know him, but he's like one of the most undercover copywriters ever. Like he's the only guy that I trust with my copy, right? And like the way I write copy and stuff, right? Like I don't want anyone touching it, but the only guy that I trust with my copy is him. No one else. And we have him on the call. And this really just came out as an idea from a testimonial that David Klein gave us. And he was like, hey, Ace is a brilliant networker and stuff like that. James messaged me and he was like, hey, dude, we got to do this course or something like that. Networking, building an audience, selling stuff using social media. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, fuck, we should. I guess we should. And the reason I want to do this with James, honestly, is, we're completely different personalities, right? So me, I'm a lot more in the public. So like my face is everywhere, my name is everywhere. So everyone talks about me like I'm more of an extroverted marketer kind of thing. Even though I am an introvert in real life, like in the marketing world, I'm kind of more out there, right? So getting attention and stuff like that. And James, he's not really out there a lot, but he knows like everyone. Like whoever speaks, like, oh yeah, I know that dude. Very cool copywriter, very skilled guy, And I was like, well, you're building your influence through more introverted methods, and I'm doing it through more of an extroversion, attention-getting method. And I was like, well, it'd be perfect for us to do, a course on networking and sales and stuff, because it's two different personalities, and whatever personality you subscribe to, you can learn from, and you can go out there and implement some of the stuff that we do. Right?
Yeah, man, I'm listening to you. That's awesome. Yeah, dude, I mean, I reached out to you because when David Klein came out and he was like, yeah, you're such an amazing networker. I was like, yeah, like, how do they not see that this is the real magic, right? I mean, I'm watching you do all this sort of stuff, and we're talking on Facebook all the time and everything. And then when he's kind of said, like, you're an amazing networker, it's like, yeah, this dude knows everybody. And you're getting these crazy conversations with all these people. And so I was just kind of blown away. I was like, that is your real magic, right? I mean, you're selling all these e-com courses and everything, which is sick, and you're having this major success in e-com. So like, there's the e-com side, there's the fact that you're like amazingly good at selling a course through Facebook, through social media. And then on the backbone of all that is just like this networking influence that you've been able to build up. So I was like, dude, that's the next course, that's the next jump. So here we are, man.
Dude, you're not doing that by yourself, man. Whoever I speak to, they're like, oh yeah, I know James Wilder, and then like, what are your profile, right? So they actually met you, to be honest with you, is I had another friend of mine called Jeremy Watson, right? And we both keep doing crazy shit to each other, like doing pranks and stuff like that. So I woke up one day, I opened up my Instagram, and there was this random dude that followed me on Instagram, okay? And he looked a bit like Jeremy, okay? And I was like, okay, well, this is probably him doing something. So I PM'd him, right? And then I realized it was you. It's a completely different person from a different country. I'm like, oh, geez, and then I think once I did a post for this, so I started this new company back then, which is a terrible failure, by the way. I have no shame admitting. I mean, that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
So I started this company, right? And I want a copywriter for like the webinars and stuff. But I was too busy handling the whole administration, and I wanted someone to handle the copy because I didn't want to do that anymore. Because I was too busy. So I did a post in this group called Cult of Copy, job board or something like that. And all of a sudden, I see a ton of people reaching out to me. They're like, hey, let's get your business. Let's write your webinar copy. Let's make $100 million tomorrow. No, that sounds fun. Sounds pretty lucrative. I can go buy a jet tomorrow. Like, you can't take a Lambo. You can take a Lambo, but you can't take a jet and shit like that. But anyway, so James reached out to me actually, and I was like, dude, I thought you were a fake person. I thought you were Jeremy. And he's like, no, I'm a real person. And then I think we got on a call. I even forgot about the call, man. I don't even remember what happened on the call. But yeah, we got on the call and then we started talking about our mutual connections actually. Like you knew Cameron Joy very well, or anyone from the last I think 5 years. You probably known him from school, right?
Yeah, I've known him since like grade 2 or something like that. He's only got me into internet marketing when I was like 21 or something. But
yeah.
yeah.
So I was like, how do we have all these mutual connections? And all of these I talk people about. Like Cameron Joy had a reality show. I don't know how big we can get. You were the lead copywriter for like one of the big companies, right? I don't know if I can mention the name because I don't know if you're in NDAs or whatever. But you were like one of the main copywriters for a big company and stuff like that. I was like, dude, Jesus Christ, this guy's skilled. Yeah. I was like, we gotta be friends, bro. We gotta make some money together someday. I'll call upon you a favor, and you gotta do it for me. And he's like, yeah.
That's the great thing about it. So I remember the call, and then I don't remember when it all fell apart, like the pure idea and all that stuff. But then I don't remember when we hooked back up again. And all of a sudden we're just chatting all the time. And I think that was just a part of your networking skills, right? I don't know what the hell you're up to, but I think you have this way of like not manipulating, but you know what I mean? It's like for some reason I feel obligated to do shit for you, and I don't even know what you're up to, right? I mean, it's like, hey, can you do this for me? And I'll be like, yeah, fuck, I guess so. Other people, if someone just asks me to do something even once, you're just like, I don't fucking do this for this guy for no reason, right? But there's something that you're up to, man, and that's all just these internal conversations on Facebook Messenger, and that's what's so crazy about it all. So yeah, that's the magic. That's what you got something going on there for sure.
Right, which is why I want to teach people to be honest. And honestly, what if they're kind of drunk? I messaged them and I was like, dude, look, if you're not gonna get drunk, it's gonna be hard for us to share any secrets, because at the end of the day, no one wants to teach people how to really be that big. So I was like, let's get drunk, so we're really like, free flowing and we share a lot of value and stuff like that. But here's like what I think is a major problem, right? People right now, I actually was speaking to someone 3 days ago, and I don't recall this guy, and he's like, hey, dude, I'm trying to build connections and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, what do you do to build connections? And he's like, I just paid someone $10,000 to join his mastermind, just to get connected to people. I'm like, that is why would you do that? Why would you pay someone $10,000 to join a mastermind just to get connections? Like that doesn't make any sense to me, right? And so there's a lot of major problems, guys, right? A lot of people, they go to events all the time. Even some successful people do this. They go to events all the time and they keep hanging out and trying to build connections, getting in touch with people and stuff. They go back home, they don't call anyone. So not one person's getting a call. It's like going to a club and just talking to like every chick there, but not calling anyone back, or giving everyone a wrong phone number because you guys have never speak again. And that stuff is really disturbing, man. I mean, think of it. People are so nuts. They go to events, they stand here at the bar section, right? And they're talking to everyone. They're trying to be friends with everyone. They take all the business cards or whatever, and then they go back home and then nothing happens, right? No one's calling, no one, nothing. And then there's guys like me. Like, I don't even have to go to an event. Like I can literally just message someone on Facebook and within minutes, we'll be friends. And within minutes, even if it's a top person, within minutes we'll be doing business together. No drinking by the bar shit, none of that. And I'm sure the same with you because you've done that kind of stuff as well. And I don't see you going to events, so so you probably have your own networking skills as well. So yeah, I mean, the reason I even want to shoot a course like this is somewhat break all these stupid beliefs in your head, right? So a lot of people have these beliefs that number one, they're like, if I want to build connections, I got to pay a lot of money to join a mastermind. Okay, and I run a mastermind myself, by the way. So it's not like I'm bashing all the gurus that run legitimate masterminds. I run one myself. But at the end of the day, you don't have to pay $10,000 just to go meet a few people that you're not going to do any business with. It's just so insane to me that people go to events just to meet other people and get there just to do nothing with it.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, like, because we're just coming off of traffic and conversions right now, right? And like, you see all these people that are like, oh man, we're best friends and everything like that. But I've been to events and it's like everything's cool for a couple weeks, but then everything fizzles off, and then nothing's been built there, right? Like sometimes you'll see people who they go to the same mastermind event, and then they're like posting on each other's social media, and they're shooting videos together, and they've got all these grand plans, but nothing comes to fruition because you go home and all that excitement dissipates, and then you're just back into your old rut and your old ways, right? So again, going back to like what Ace does, he creates these long-lasting relationships without having to go to these kind of events or do anything like that. And yeah, so anyways, keep going. I just want to jump in there.
Yeah, that's actually a great point, right? So a lot of these people, one more big point that you actually brought up was them posting on each other's walls and stuff. So what happens is they go to these events, right? And then all of a sudden the speaker gets on stage and like jump up and down, shake the next person's hand, and look them in the eye and kiss them. No, I'm pretty sure that's not appropriate, but yeah, going on a drunk guys, right? Really drunk, so don't take anything seriously. It is what it is, man. So anyway, so there's a lot of this indoctrination BS, right? Especially at MLM events. You go to an MLM event, man. The guy's like, hey guys, if you're ready to achieve your goals, say yes. Everyone's like, yes.
Right.
If you're, then the guy said, if you're ready to achieve your goals, take a credit card out and say yes. And then I'm like, oh yeah, yes. The next thing, like, take a credit card and throw it on the stage, and everyone's like, there you go. This is a tossing cards in the back. So at the end of the day, I think events are good, man. I'm not going against events. I just think that a lot of people don't know how to do things, and then they just go to events to make up for it, right? So if you're good at networking, you can network at events, you can network on Facebook, you can network wherever you want. Because at the end of the day, it's all about adding value to the other person. So one of the reasons why, you brought up a great point. Like I ask anyone to do anything for me, they're like, okay, well, let's, there you go. And they don't even like cross-question that. So they're like, okay, well, you need that, so okay, I'll do it for you. And even if it's somebody that I just met. The reason that happens really is because there's always a value exchange there, right? Like I'll never message you and say, hey, bro, do this for me, but it won't benefit you at all, right? It's always been, hey, if you do this for me, you get this, I get this, you both win, right? And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, let me get to work on this. It's just kind of surprising to me that most people don't understand how value exchange works, really. And that's how you build connections, to be honest. So when you talk to someone, you got to figure out how you can help them out, not how you can get a picture of them, right? This is what happens mostly at events. If someone has 10 seconds with you, they take a phone to the speaker and they're like, oh, hey, I need a picture of them. Now, if I had 10 seconds with the speaker, I would just go up to him and be like, bro, this part of your business is fucked. Give me a call tomorrow and I'll fix it. And then the next day I go take a picture if I want to. So I think there's a very different way of thinking there. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was going to say that a big shift that I've had, which actually came from reading a Tony Robbins book, that Awaken the Giant Within, which I've actually, for the first time ever, broken the halfway mark. It's such a big book. Anyways, the big thing that, his whole thing is, asking intelligent questions. And when you flip that over to marketing, which is, marketing, advertising, and the same thing with networking, is like, instead of saying like, how can I get this from this person, which is most of our questions, right? Like, how can I get more clients? Would you come on a question? And then go, okay, I'm gonna network. And then it leads to this very like me-centric approach. Whereas you flip it around and go, why would this person want to talk to me? Why would this person want to open up his network to me? Why would, asking those questions, then all of a sudden it becomes about that person, right? And then you're going in and everything you do is to get, like, opening up your resources to give to that person because that's what they would want. And then it becomes a mutually beneficial relationship where you reach out first and you provide value first, and you just create a strong relationship right from the get-go. So
I agree. Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, right, it all goes down to value. Like if you want to build opinions, if you want to build connections, if you want to build a network, it's all about what you can do for the other person and not what he can do for you, right? So yeah, I mean, like one thing that I realized is like, when I used to be broke and stuff, right? Like in the network marketing companies and stuff. So I would like generally reach out to some of the top marketers and stuff. And I used to be a noob, right? So I used to be like, one of those. So if you guys play video games, you know what a noob means. So like, he doesn't know the shoot whatever. So I would message people saying, hey bro, like I'm suffering from some real tragedy and I need help from you guys to make money and stuff. And they would always pretty much ignore this. What I never realized is that me approaching them and saying, hey, if you give me a course for free, I'll pay you guys later and doing stuff like that. That really just signals to them that you're a very low value person, right? And me, for example, like right now, I can ask anyone their course and they'll hook it up for free. Not everyone of course, but most people that I know, if they have any course, if I go up to them and be like, I want to check that out, they'll hook it up. They'll hook me up with it. Because they're like, okay, he has a lot of value to share. This guy shares it, I'll probably make $30,000 tomorrow, so they'll fucking just give him access. And that is one part that, a lot of newbies are missing out on. It's like they don't want to, they don't look at what value they can provide to another person. They're just very much into, I want to be friends with this guy, I want to be seen as being friends with this guy, whatever, right? And there's people like us, and we're not just trying to be friends with these guys, we're trying to do business with these people, right? Especially higher level people, trying to do business with them, trying to make money together, you're trying to be mutually beneficial to each other, and this is such a big difference there that you think in terms of the whole value exchange.
So what would you say, like, so someone's listening to this and they're going, well, I'm new, like, what could I possibly offer value? Or even someone who's at a high level and they go, like, well, I want to network with Frank Kern, what could I possibly give to him? How would you approach that situation? What would you lead with?
Well, if I was just starting out now to get linked up to Frank Kern, what I would start doing is I would start asking myself the real question, which is why do I need to get linked to Frank Kern? Like, what do I need from him? Or what, well, how can he benefit how can he benefit me, right? And in 80% of the cases, the answer is he can benefit you by giving you promotions and stuff like that, but, you're not really at that phase yet. So you don't even need to be connected to Frank Kern. That's what I see a lot of people doing, especially newbies. They're like, oh, hey, I'm going to pay $20,000 to get into this guy's mastermind so I can be cool with him. Dude, you don't have to be cool. This is business at the end of the day. You don't have to be cool to another person like that. You got to be friends, you got to be business partners, you got to make money, do all that sort of stuff. But you don't have to pay someone to be cool with them. You know what I mean? But if I had to be friends with Frank Kern, what I would do is I would start focusing on building a community for myself or building something of value. That could include building up a Facebook group that's big enough. This dude called Galen did that. He runs the group Entrepreneurial Lifestyle Lounge or something like that. ELT or some BS like that. He did that. So he basically went out and he built his own group and he built a big group and then he messaged Frank and he was like, come sell whatever the hell you have in my group. And Frank was like, sure. So he comes and he starts selling stuff in the group. Guys, look, at the end of the day, you gotta start building your own value portals. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're just starting out. Build your value portals. What are value portals really? It can be anything. It can be audiences. So if you have a big enough audience, then people are going to think that you're going to send them a ton of business, right? This is what happens to me. So that's my whole game. I have a big audience. I leverage that. I leverage the audience to basically go to some of these experts and I'm like, hey, you got to help my audience out. And they're like, well, fuck, that's a big audience. If I help them out, there's a lot of successful people and I get a better name, right? And I feel good about myself. So they come in, they help the audience out as well. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about leveraging two different situations. And and one thing that I realized, man, honestly, is there's no such thing called a newbie. There's no such thing called as a small guy. It's just a guy that, either he doesn't know what to do and he's not ready to learn what to do, or he's just terming himself a newbie so he doesn't take action, right? So because some people, they have this resistance to taking action because they're scared to fail. So they're like, oh, hey, I'm a newbie, so I'm not going to do it, and I'm a newbie, so I'm not going to do it, and stuff like that. Well, yeah, one more thing you could do is you could just email Frank Kern's team and be like, hey, I want to work with you guys for free. I'll do whatever the hell you want me to do. So, for me, for example, like if I go to his website, I'm 100% sure I'll find some weird problem with the site. Either the copywriting is bad, the page loads up slowly, or some other BS. I'm going to find something, right? And then what I could do is I could take that something that I found, send them an email saying this needs to be fixed, and in the future, I'm going to fix your copy or whatever you want me to fix, and I'll do it for free. And all of a sudden, now you're working for the dude. Now you get to see how his business model works, right? And guys, this has nothing to do with, if you have a very big ego, right, you cannot do stuff like this. So that's one of the reasons why you need to kill your ego. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something. A few weeks ago, right, I actually messaged this guy. You know him, I'm just not going to mention his name right now because then he's going to get spammed. I messaged this dude's running the marketing for a company doing 1.6 million in sales. James already knows now, but he doesn't know. Yeah. So I messaged this dude and I'm like, what are you guys doing 1.6 million a month? Selling info products. And he's like, we're doing YouTube ads, right? And I'm like, that's fucking amazing. I've never really done that volume on YouTube. And he's like, yeah, bro, YouTube's pretty lucrative. I'm like, well, can I come work with you guys for free? I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to do. I'll just learn the process. So if I learn that, I can go replicate on my own. The guy was really damn cool, man. He was like, no, you're not to do that, bro. I'll just send you all the best results and stuff like that so you can learn how to work for us. But at the end of the day, I went down and I asked him that, right? And most people, especially people that are starting out, they don't even do that shit. So they're like, hey, I don't want to, jeopardize my pride just to get ahead in business. It's like, no, there is no pride here. And if you're broke, you're broke. That's just the truth. And if you want to come up, if you want to go from being broke to making 6 figures a month or 7 figures a month, you just got to find someone doing it and figure out what exactly he's doing and just go out and start implementing it yourself. And if you have to do things for it, like ask, like work for free or whatever, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, man, right?
Yeah, it's good points. I mean, I don't want to make this sound like this is only for newbies or anything like that, but when you start, before you get into dealing with like high level clients or networking with high level people, you kind of have this illusion because everyone's selling the marketing system is like, oh, this is a sure thing, everything like that. When you get on the curtains and you start, strategizing with these people and start going, okay, what are we going to do to market this product? You start to see like everybody is throwing mud at the wall. Like they don't have some secret system. There isn't a secret system out there. It's just everybody's throwing mud at the wall and seeing what sticks. So like even if you look at Agora, who's the largest direct response company in the world, they'll put out 2 promos with 2 completely different angles just to see what'll work. Like this is a company that has all the data in the world, all the copywriters in the world, all the media buyers in the world, and they still don't know what's going to work until they throw it out there. And so you just can't be apprehensive of throwing stuff out because that's really just that's the key to all of it. It has nothing to do with they know the secret button to check whether they're in the YouTube ad platform or anything like that. It just doesn't exist, right? So I think that's a big thing about it. I can't remember what so I'll throw it back to you.
No, I actually, honestly, I don't think there is any secret whatsoever to make money, right? It's just that there's so much inclined to believe that there's this magical secret that people are using to make a lot of money, that we keep buying course after course to figure it out, we keep going to mastermind after mastermind, we keep going to event after event, just to figure out that, that secret sauce, recipe, right? But the fact of the matter is, guys, when you start making 6 figures, right, and when you start making 5 figures, very quickly you start to realize that, there is no such secret, okay? As a matter of fact, you start to realize that everyone that's really making a lot of money, they're all stupid people, right? They're all that's true, by the way, man. I mean, they're smart people, right? Don't get, that's how you say they're smart people, but a lot of them, they're not very smart, as you think they are. They're not like rocket scientists, right? Like, there's people out there, guys, let me tell you this. There's people out there, that are literally, working so hard on like building funnels and making sure the sales page is correct, and they spend months and months and months, right? So trying to figure out the checkout page and stuff. And then there's a guy like me that comes in, no sales page, no checkout page. I would send people PayPal invoices. I'm like, yeah, what's your email? They'll give me an email. They'll be like, okay, here's a PayPal invoice. They're like, do you have a checkout page? I'm like, no, do you want to watch the webinar or not? And they're like, yeah, I do. So, like, get the payment. So I come into the market, right? No, like, not a lot of people knew me back then. Like, even in the e-com world, like, very few people actually knew me when I started that Bitcoin thing. I was like, well, I don't have a sales page. I don't have a checkout page. I don't have any paid traffic coming in, but I want to sell, like, my goal back then was at least sell 100 webinars, right? And within no time, we ended up selling 140 or 150 at $297 a piece, which was like a 3 webinar set, so that's really like 400 webinars, because that was like a 3 webinar set. So we ended up selling, close to $50,000 worth of webinars, with no sales page, with no checkout page, and just Facebook posts, right? And, and it's just so crazy, because now when I see people going after funnel after strategy, like marketing strategy and secrets and that sort of stuff, it's like, I realize very quickly that a lot of them are really stuck into some sort of rat race, right? It's like, keep going in that same circle of overcomplicating information when there's guys like me coming in, and getting a true value. Because what I realize really is that value is king, right? It doesn't matter how you deliver that. It's like, the value is king. Not how you deliver that, deliverability definitely matters, but it doesn't matter how the sales process is, so.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I feel like we're getting away from networking here, but that's another point too. Like, you say you made $50,000 in sales with the webinars. That's organic. Like, you did that organically, so that was profit. Like, nobody in this game ever is talking profit, right? Everybody's always going, I made $100,000. Okay, well, did you spend $101,000 to acquire that $100,000? You know what I mean? Like, they're always ignoring the most important part, which is profit. That's what matters. And so, maybe 50 grand doesn't sound like the biggest number when you're conditioned to hear these absurd, $1 million funnels and things like that, but you don't know what went into generating that much money, and the headache and the amount of money that could have been lost along the way, the amount of hours that could have gone into just building that funnel, tweaking it. It's stressful. So, what Ace is saying here is, this is all organic, it's pure profit, it's massive. And I think a lot of it though, I mean, that's the big thing, right? I mean, you came on, I didn't even know about you at all until we had that one call, but then like I said before, we kind of went our own separate ways, and then however we linked back up again, that's when you started to blow up, right? And I feel like that's when your kind of e-commerce thing took off. So it feels like the e-commerce success, the webinar success was a result of your networking still, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Like David Clayton's testimonial, right? That was the truest thing ever, because at the end of the day, that's what we had, like, that's what my skill was, right? Because like, I don't know if you remember, but at one point, you could message me with whatever problem that you have, and I would have someone to connect you with. Yeah. Right. So I have so many people messaging me that like, I need someone for Facebook guys, now connect them with someone. I need someone for Blink guys, now connect them with someone. Because I knew so many people, right? And like all these people around me. What I realized, about networking really was that if you're the person that comforts people, right, when they're in stress, and if you're a person that gives them pleasure, then you pretty much control the relationship, right? Because whatever they're going to run into, they're going to message you first. They're going to be like, okay, bro, like, I have this problem, help me fix it, right? And you're like the go-to guy for everyone. And then what happens is when you come back and ask them for a favor, they can't say no to you, because now, you're their go-to guy, and they don't know what to do if you're not in the scene. Now, I don't want to be like, bragging about myself or boasting about myself. That's not what this is about. I'm just trying to tell you guys that you need to be the go-to guy in your niche, right? And that's how I crush it with my webinars. That's how I crush it with any other launch I have. I'm like the go-to guy for stuff, right? And then when I turn around and ask someone to do something for me, they do it, because at the end of the day, they know that if they ever run into a problem, I'm there for them, to help them fix it. And as a matter of fact, I'll help them fix it, but actually fix it for them in 80% of the cases,
For sure. So one of the biggest hurdles I think for most people is not so much that to keep a relationship going with you. I mean, you keep a relationship going in a well-positioned way, right? So that's a whole topic unto itself. But at the same time, I mean, what are you doing when you reach out to people? Like, you're approaching. I mean, we keep bringing up David Klein here, but it turned out that dude is like a behemoth in the marketing game, where like Justin Brooke is looking up to this guy, right? Like, he saved Justin Brooke's business from disaster. I don't know if anybody knows that, but from like he was about to lose ad skills essentially. And this guy came in and was like, you're doing all this stuff wrong, and he listened to him, and he turned the entire business around. So I mean, how do you reach out to a guy like that? What are you saying when you make that initial connection?
Jesus, dude, you told me you weren't prepared with questions and stuff like that.
I'm not prepared, man. I'm curious for my own sake here.
Okay. Well, technically, so guys, when you're a funny guy, right? When you're a funny guy, you're a genuine guy, you're a trustworthy guy that doesn't want to fuck anyone up. And when you're actually nice, right? Like that's one of the things that people don't get really. It's like, I'm not a lot of people that are supremely arrogant. Like, very few of them actually have any good relationships, because at the end of the day, after a while, people start hating you for it. Because even if you're one of those outspoken guys that acts like a rebel in Facebook or whatever, people are going to be like, bro, this guy's too annoying, right? You can't associate ourselves with him. So that's not the kind of impression that you want to put out in the marketplace, because that's not, ideal. But I'm genuinely a funny guy. So, so I met, so basically what happened was we were in this group, some email marketing group, and I met this guy called Robert Adler. Okay, so he commented something on some random post. I went and I started dropping my own memes and stuff like that. Not really memes, because I was not a big meme god back then. So I was like joking around and stuff like that. And then he messaged me and he was like, there was a random ClickFunnels thread. It had some drama in it. And then, people were talking about stuff like that. And he was like, all right, well, let's get on the call and let's do something. And we got on the call and we spoke about CPA stuff and shit. At the end of the call, we started this new project, right? Which ended up being somewhat of, it's a closed circle where each and everyone sort of reference each other's business. So if you have Facebook account, you got to talk to him or whatever, right? So it's a closed circle. And Robert messaged me one day. He's like, hey, I have this dude called, I have this friend called David Klein, and he's a pretty damn big dude. He wants to, it'd be great if you have him, in our sort of closed circle so we can, get his advice and stuff. So So I speak to David, and then we became friends, and then we started talking after the whole Justin Brooke thing. Yeah, I mean, dude, at the end of the day, look, if you're a fun guy, right, and if you're giving people pleasure, if you're giving people comfort, then everyone loves you, you know. So if you're making people feel anxious all the time, if you're making them feel scared all the time, then, you know, they're pretty much gonna hate you, and that's really all it is about, you know. That's one of the reasons why I've stopped hating on anyone on my Facebook timeline, because this doesn't make any sense anymore. It's like at one point I used to be like this water god, right? Like, I don't know if James remembers, but I used to take every guru and put like my whole fucking profile was full of screenshots. It's like, okay, this dude, this guy messaged me, this happened. What I realized that a lot of people actually hate you when you do that, you know, and you know, there's people that still love you for being, you know, rebellious and all that shit, but at the end of the day, it slowly starts fading away, and you start feeling bad about yourself for doing all that shit. But if you want to really be a great networker, you got to find a way to really start adding value in other people's lives by giving them either comfort or pleasure. You know, either making their business get better or just comforting them when they have any, they run into any problems. You know, that's what I think, you know, is like the most important. Me personally, like I'm the funniest guy ever on Facebook, right? And it really serves me. You know, to a point where I actually ask people to be funny. You know, I'm like, dude, if you're funny, everyone's going to be friends with you because they think you're a cool guy. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I was gonna say, like, so really what you're doing then more is it's not as much as being about, like, you know, you find a random dude or woman that you want to connect with, and you're like, hey, you know, what's up, you know, and then that's where it's weird, right? Because then you're like, well, what the fuck does this guy want, right? And which I've done. I did that and launched my copy career essentially, but it was super awkward. And I remember I was just in a tight spot, right? Like, I left my job, I booked a flight to Thailand with my family and everything like that, and I was like, I hadn't had any copy, like real copy clients at that point or anything. But I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make this happen. And so I just started messaging everybody and just making connections with everybody. And but it was super awkward. Like, there's some people where I messaged them and they just be like, dude, what do you want? Like, I didn't want anything. I wasn't even asking for anything. I was just like, I'm just gonna become friends with this person or something. I don't know. And I had a few instances where they're like, what, fuck off. And so, but at the same time, like a couple things I learned. One being that, like, I networked with everybody, and some of those people weren't even necessarily ahead of me in their success, but it still opened doors because they still had networks that were like I could tap into, right? And that's how I kind of launched that's how I got started. But yeah, like I think what you're saying though is like you take a step back and you just become social on Facebook and stuff. And I've had that too, where you start to engage so much with somebody through Facebook comments and like they're always interacting with your stuff that it almost gets weird that you don't talk to the person through a private message. You know, it's like this weird situation. Like I got on a call with a guy who reached out to me, like, he knows copywriter and everything, and we come back and forth for months. And he actually reached out to me, he's like, yo, let's talk about some copy. And we got on the call and we both said like, dude, it's actually weird that we haven't spoken yet. You know, but it's like a super low friction way just to like communicate with each other through Facebook or wherever else you are, like Instagram. I don't use Instagram, but yeah.
Slide into DMs.
What's that? Slide into DMs, exactly. But when you're desperate, I mean, like that's where you are, right? I mean, like if your back is against the wall and you got to make rent by the end of the month, then yeah, you got to do that. But you want to get yourself to the luxury where you can like tone down and like, okay, I got 6 months money in the bank account or whatever it is, and you're still gonna get started and like just become social. And you can I don't want to say manipulative, but you get to the point where like, okay, I want to deal with, you know, like your dream 100 list, right? Like you make out a list of 100 people and you're like, okay, I'm gonna interact with that person a couple times a week, which sounds weird and sounds manipulative and stuff like that. But I mean, that's how you get on the radar of people that you want to talk to. And then when you do send them a message, it's not weird, right?
Right. And yeah, I mean, look, if I would just add out, right, I think that's one of the things that I would do. I mean, good point bringing it up. Interacting with people, man, it's crazy because like right now, like I have so many people commenting stuff, right, like on my posts and shit, and there's a small group that I have called meme dealers, okay, and these are giving memes and stuff like that. So if anyone wants to get cool with me, all they have to do is send me a bunch of great memes, and then I'll just send my friends, right? With other people, there's other things like that. So some people they have philosophical views, you know. So if you have any weird philosophical views like that, then you can reach out to them and, you know, speak about that, and within no time you guys will have that sort of connection in place. So you know, what's funny is like there was one author, right? He wrote pretty big books on, you know, power and war, seduction and mastery and human nature. I won't mention his name, but you guys probably know who
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so this was a big Facebook group. Like, this was like an 8,000 member Facebook group back then. It was about discussing this person's work, right? So I messaged the admin of that group. Now back then there were only 2 admins. So the admin was very close on getting anyone else involved. So there were only 2 people as admins. So I messaged him and I was like, hey bro, you know, I'm in your group for the last, you know, 3 days. So this wasn't even long, it was just 3 days. And I was like, hey look, do you think I could do Facebook lives and stuff like that and share with them what I learned from the books? And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, well, you know, I'll start tomorrow. And he's like, cool. The next day I go back there and I'm trying to go live, and it doesn't let me go live, ask for the permission or whatever. So I messaged him and I'm like, I'm gonna be a moderator, and what I do instead is I just delete any privacy comments or whatever and control stuff situations. And he's like, sure, you make me a moderator. And within no time, and I was like one of the most known people in the group, so I was doing lives, I was looking at people, I was commenting everything and stuff. And a few weeks ago I actually spoke to the author, and you know, we engaged on a thread of mine actually, and he was actually engaging on it, which is kind of funny because I never realized that was even possible. And then I messaged him and I'm like, hey, you know, it is a weird situation with some other person. And the guy said that he actually likes my posts and stuff, right? And I'm like, that's fucking amazing, like the author of such a big book likes your posts, and a few weeks ago you didn't even know him, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's, I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Like he's.
Oh yeah,
he's
yeah, I never told you that. Yeah,
no. I know you're the moderator of the group, but I didn't know you like connected with him and stuff.
You know, I'm admin now.
Yeah. But that's for example, right? I mean, like you just came in and you just provided value because like nobody wants to sit there on a Facebook group and like troll through comments and be like, oh, this sucks, I gotta delete this. Like, nobody wants to sit there and moderate all day. So then for you to come in and be like, yo, I'll do that for you. Like who's gonna be like, oh, get over here, kid. You know, I love deleting comments all day. Like you're just going in and providing that value. So it's and then it slowly snowballed, right? I mean, now you're talking with the damn author, which again is like I'm sure everybody knows who we're talking about, but it's insane that you're speaking with this guy. So that's sick. Yeah.
I mean, and you know, now we're kind of representing the group, so I could message the author anytime and be like, hey, I want to do an interview with you for the group. Which I think as soon as I get off the call, I think I'm probably gonna go do that. You know, because why not? It's a great idea. So I can message him and say, hey, I want to do this with you, and he would not say no. You know, unless because like right now he's sick, so because of that I think he might say no, but 80% of the like I would bet that 80% of my money would be on the fact that he would say yes. You know, because at the end of the day, he sees me in the group, he sees me every day in the group, and that's what some of you guys need to do. If you want to get cool with someone, he needs to see you every single day, right? He needs to see you in the comments every single day. He needs to see you like his posts all the time, stuff like that. And he'll reach out to you. Like a lot of gurus will reach out to you, like all this stuff and comment on all this stuff and shit. You know, so.
Yeah, that's cool. I never thought about that. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a person, right? Like, we put them on a pedestal, but at the same time, I mean, like, they're putting shit on Facebook because they want someone to like it, right? So, you know, you're giving them that dopamine hit. Like, they're putting it out there going, hey, give me dopamine, and you're giving it to them, right? It's as simple as that. Just like I said, like, you give them comfort.
Right, comfort, pleasure, whatever, right? And like, soon you start getting associated with that. So, for example, if you comment on every post and make a person laugh, right? It's not hard for you to, you know, just talk to them, you just message them for a favor one day and they won't, you know, them doing it. I mean, look, here's the deal, right? 80% of the people are nice, especially at the top. The other 20%, they're just selfish pricks. You know, no matter what you do to them, they're still gonna not help you out. You know, that's just how they are. They have no gratitude. So your focus should not be on that 20%, you're gonna be on the 80% that are actually helpful and stuff. I mean, you know, like networking really, I remember Ty Lopez once said this on a, you know, on an audiobook. He was like, people want to connect with people that are on the same level, that are on a superior level, and the third person that they want to connect with is people that they see themselves at. Okay, so if you're this young kid, right, trying to make money, and some billionaire sees himself in you at your age, then he's gonna connect with you, or he's gonna connect with someone that's his equal, or is superior, right? So you don't have to sort of go out there and act like a newbie to get connected with these people. You can just act like, you know, just be yourself. You know, just be yourself on stage. Like, you don't have to put them in a pedestal. Like, they're famous, yeah. You know, I have a pretty good audience as well, but you know, it's not like It's not like we go home every day and they're like, hey, I have this big audience, I'm God of the internet. So we don't do that stuff. So you don't have to put any of us on the pedestal, any top one or any of the people that you see. You don't even have to put them on the pedestal. Especially the pickup guys know this well. The pickup artists. I don't know if this is really taboo or whatever, but they know this well, man. So it's like, this is a super hot chick. The number one thing they'll do is they will not put her on a pedestal. So they'll go approach a doctor just like they'll talk to some girl that's not very attractive like her, right? And instantly, they connect on a deeper level because now this person doesn't really give a lot of fuck about the way she looks anymore, right? Even though he does, like on the inside, he's indifferent to the fact that she's really that attractive and that she means something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I got two comments on that. One, I know the pickup artist industry is taboo, but I think it's a good thing, man. Like, it's that whole dynamic of like selling them what they want and then giving them what they need. It's really just personal development, right? It's like you're scared to go up and approach a person. Like, that's insane. One of the best lines I heard was, you're willing to get yourself into a car and hurtle 50, 60 kilometers an hour towards another piece of metal every single day with a yellow line dividing you, but you're too scared to walk up and speak to somebody who takes like an hour to find what pairs of shoes to wear that day, right? So it's like, it's crazy to think that, and it doesn't make any sense. So it's like, you need personal development. But if you told 20-year-olds, like, hey, come and learn how to be confident and, get over your anxieties and stuff like that, they're not gonna want that. But you'd be like, hey, you want to go and talk to every 10 in the bar? They're like, fuck yeah, sign me up. So I think that personal development, pickup artists are a good thing. My other note that I was going to say was, people on pedestals. So I was talking to a guy a couple days ago. And like, I've always had him on a pedestal in my mind, and he just come back from traffic and conversions, and he was talking about how, like, oh man, all these people that are above me, and like, blah, blah, blah. And he kept saying, like, us, as in, like, I'm on the same level that he is, and all these other people are above us. So in his mind, he's not even on a pedestal. And I think that about myself sometimes too. Like, I tried for so long to become a full-time copywriter, and it never really worked. And then, now that I'm full-time and everything, it's like, it's normalized to me again. I don't think that I'm further ahead of anybody. Like, I feel like I'm on the same level as everybody, but some people would aspire to be where I'm at. But, you don't think like that. You're just who you are. I mean, you're gonna get, like Ace says, like, you're gonna get the douchebags who are in this purely for the money and the status. And it's good to weed those pricks out. Like, you talk to them, and they're like, hey, screw you. And you're like, good. I got rid of that guy. I don't even have to track that guy anymore, right?
Right.
And that's the other thing too. And I was like, reaching out to people, sometimes that's scary. It's not them. Like, you're not scared that they're going to respond in a negative way. What you're really scared of is you just don't know what's going to happen. And that's what's scary. Because even the people that respond in a negative way, you're just like, well, fuck that guy. Like, there's nothing scary about it. You're like, oh, that guy's a prick. Now I know. And you move on. It's just that initial bit where you're like waiting to find out what they're going to do. So anyways, yeah, man, go back to you.
Yeah, no, I get the deal, right? I think one of the other major problems with people is they don't understand the fact. I mean, they don't know why they're trying to contact a certain person, right? So 80% of the time it's just that, hey, I want to be friends with him so I can look cool to my other friends, And that's really not how it works. So like, if you're trying to be friends with a person just so you can look cool to your other friends, he's never going to talk to you because like, there's that desperation there, right? But like, whenever I message people, man, I start with an end in mind, right? So I'm like, I need this guy to promote my thing, and he's going to get this in return.
Right.
I want this guy to do this for me, and he gets that in return. If I'm not starting out like that, then I'm just having fun. So I'm just messaging him some random stuff. I'm probably messaging him memes or whatever. No, I'm famous with that shit, right? So like, so many people are like, oh, you gotta be so professional on Facebook and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, true, And then one day I start posting memes, and all of a sudden, all the top guys that I message, they're like, dude, I really love your memes, I'm like, fucking hell, like all these guys, like literally the first thing they want to tell me is that they love my memes, So I was like, I wrestle on that, which I did,
Yeah,
So
like, everyone's coming up with like these crazy, thought-provoking, braingasm posts that they spend hours lording over, and then you just post a meme and everyone goes nuts, right? Which is weird. Like, you don't even need to put the effort in. It's just getting out. I mean, that's the thing too, right? Like, it's top-of-mind awareness. Like, you don't have to be the person who puts out like this value bomb every like once a month. You're gonna be further ahead if you're just that guy that's constantly putting out content, even if it's just in the form of memes and building that trust, because familiarity breeds trust, right?
Right. No, I mean, yeah, exactly, man. I think constantly, man, most people just take things too seriously. They take life too seriously, they take business too seriously. They forget to have fun somewhere along the line, right? So like, I think personally, everyone is a smart person, right? Everyone is smart. There's no such person as a stupid person, okay? So everyone's good at something. And what happens a lot is, especially from the way that, we're raised in schools and stuff like that, we're taught to be certain guys that sort of adjust to the society, right, and adjust to the people around them. And what a lot of people do is they get sucked into this myth. So they're like, everyone's building funnels, so I gotta go build funnels. Everyone's going to events and networking, so I gotta go to events and network. Everyone's going to class each other, so I gotta go do that. And like, it's just like a herd mentality. But then when you stop, right, and when you start thinking, like, is this really productive? Is this really helping people out? It's just like the two main questions that you would ask yourself. Is this helping me out? Is this helping anyone else out? And if the answer to both of that is no, then why do it, right? Like, if you're taking someone's cut and you're not even going to call them, then why do it? If it's not going to serve you, it's not going to serve him. There's no reason to do that. Instead, if you just go up to him and say, hey, I looked at your site the other day, and the web page, the homepage is pretty bad. I can restructure it for you, and as a matter of fact, I'll just do it for you for free in exchange for a testimonial or whatever. Give me a call tomorrow, and you show him a sample or whatever. The next day he's not going to give you a call, right? He's not going to be like, hey, bro, I want this homepage thing done. Can you do something for me? And then now you're connected to this guy. So guys, look, at the end of the day, it's like, don't take life too seriously. Don't start putting people on a pedestal. And me personally, I put no one on a pedestal, right? But that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate when someone does a great job. So when I see someone, as skilled or as good at stuff, like David Klein, for example, like, I appreciate that, right? And I publicly appreciate that. I'm like, okay, this guy's an amazing guy. He's helped me out. So there's this other friend of mine called Alina Zubin. I think that's how I pronounce the name. So she wanted some help with Google AdWords, okay? And she's like spending $200 grand a month on AdWords. So I was like, I messaged David, and I'm like, what kind of budget do you deal with? And he's like, $2 million plus or something like that. And I was like, well, can you help this person? And he's like, sure. So I kind of both of them and didn't know them. She's now telling him to take money, and David's like, no, it's fine. This is no big deal. I just want to help you out. Anyway, they both help each other out with stuff. And I'm not sure if Alina did help anything with David, but David helped out Alina. She had the AdWords thing running, and the next moment she comes and thanks me. Then I instantly, what I do is I go publicly make a post saying David Klein's the best guy ever because he's helped someone out. And that's how we truly build relationships. You can't build relationships with hate. You just gotta be appreciative of someone. It's very important, but that doesn't mean you treat them like you're some sort of inferior and they're some sort of god, right? At the end of the day, that just breeds envy to a certain degree. So the more you put that in your mind, the more you're like, okay, I gotta be like this guy, I gotta be like this guy, I gotta be like this guy, and that starts some sort of an envious thing in you, which is always a negative emotion, right? But when you're recommending people out of appreciation, like out of true sort of gratitude, then you have a lot of power because now your reviews, like, they're gonna exude the positive energy, which is of course gonna make people feel better. And of course, it goes back to comfort and pleasure, and it makes people feel pleasurable because you're doing that, and they feel good about themselves, which is one of the most important things. Make people feel good about themselves.
Yeah, man. That's one of the things too I was gonna bring up, but you since you brought up is that you've done that a few times where you'll just not even nobody's asked you to do it or anything like that. You'll just make a post where you're just bragging about somebody else, right? You're just like, oh, this person's awesome. Like, you did it for me in ClickFunnels, I think, where I'm this amazing copywriter and stuff like that, and that generated leads for me too, right? So it's like, if you, I mean, that's a different situation because me and you had already become friends, but if you did that cold and you just did a post like that and like something that you really thought was awesome this person did, you can't help but get on that person's radar like almost immediately, right? So
exactly,
yeah, it's cool, man. So again, it's preempting that value up front. So that's pretty cool. So versus a lot of people like you add people mindlessly on Facebook as friends, and it's obviously this kind of relationship that's already started on a me versus situation sort of thing where you're saying, hey, I want to maybe I'll sell to the person further down the line or something. That's never about that person, right? And then you get the thing that drives me nuts. The craziest is when you when they just wave to you. You know what I'm saying? Like they just send out a wave after you just added them. And it's like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do with this, man? Like I don't. So I guess it's my responsibility to like get this conversation going or something like that. You know what I mean? Like right away, it's just on the bad terms. And there's been a couple other ones where a girl I just added, she sent me a video and she's like, hey, Facebook friend, and so I thought that was pretty clever. Like it's a step in the right direction. But at the same time, I mean, she sends that to every single person, right? I mean, there's nothing personalized about it, unless you want to be like make a video for James and then just add every James you can think of or something like that. You know? But yeah, dude, I think like. Coming into this, I thought I was kind of on a different page than you were. I was thinking like, direct outreach and network that way. But I think what you're doing is the way to do it. Like, just take a step back, go a little bit slower, create the bonds through social media. Don't be sliding into DMs up front, and just go that way. And eventually, and just sustain the relationship by not being a douchebag. And like, there's somebody today that he's a client of mine, but at the same time, I don't know if any work is going to be coming up in the future or if there's anything there. But I just saw a video on funnels that I thought would be of value to him, so I just sent it to him. Like, I don't expect anything in return for it. And he's just like, here, man, this is probably gonna be cool for you. It'll probably help you, right? And I mean, there's no intention to get anything back, but at the same time, like, how am I not the top of mind copyright for him after saying that, right? After doing that for him.
Exactly. But no, I mean, here's what happens when you're genuinely trying to help people, right? Because like you, me, or, some of the people in our close sort of circle, right? Includes David, Eric, Robert Adler, for example. Like whenever I message the guy, and I'm like, I need this, the guy sends me like 100 resources to go get that. Okay. And that's something that I really appreciate about people. It's like, if you're a genuine guy, that's actually trying to help people out, then you'll soon start to see a big following build around you because people can sense that energy, right? So you're not doing it for manipulation purposes. You're not doing it to get something from people. You're just doing it because you want to do it. It's a genuine, way to help people, right? All of a sudden, you start people sort of flocking to you because they're like, okay, this dude's freaking amazing, like he helps out everyone and stuff like that, and they start doing things for you, right? Well, again, guys, with networking, really, any networking you want to do, it's all about value. So whatever value you can add to another person, you should be able to do that. But that's another thing. A lot of people, if they know that they can add value to another person, right, they still won't do it. So let's put it this way. So you go to a club, right? A lot of guys, they go to a club, they see a hot chick, they don't even go talk to her, even though they know that they can go talk to her and make her laugh and make her have a good time. They're like, well, no, I'm not going to talk to her, I'm just scared. That's not fear, that's selfishness. Okay, so you would rather not give someone what would make them feel better than bring harm to yourself. Right? It's just weird. I don't think the grammar of that is correct. I'm just thinking I'm drunk, man.
Yeah, no, you're just going to reframe, right? I mean, like instead of when you think with abundance mentality isn't the right one, but when you think with that, just that kind of giving attitude, and you give somebody something, and they don't respond to it in the way that you're hoping or whatever it is, I mean, you shouldn't be looking for anything back. But if they don't say like, oh, hey, thank you, and they say something else, well, you don't take it badly because like, well, I already done, I didn't come in like a dick. And so that's the thing too. Like if you're sitting there and you're scared, the real reason you're scared is because you're just thinking of what you can get, and you're kind of worried that they're going to like smell it, right? So you come in and you're like, hey, like if you set up this process, this outbound system where you're going to network with people and you're going to send messages to them, and then when they do this, I'm going to do this, and then it's like you're walking them down, like you're pulling some chess move on them or something like that. Then you have fear because you're like, well, really, I'm just being a piece of shit right now. I don't care about this person in any which way, right? So of course you should be scared. Like that's what's stopping you from reaching out. But if you come out and say like, hey, just like what Ace was saying earlier, like he found something wrong on someone's website, and he reaches out and say, hey, if I fix this for you for free, yada yada, well, that will not create a good relationship. One thing though, Ace, in that situation, which I don't know how you handle this, but I mean that's obviously a major positioning issue at the gate, right? Like you come in as a beggar almost, right? So how do you kind of handle that?
I mean, dude, like in the beginning, it doesn't even matter if you come across as a beggar, because what happens then is people see you associating with this one guy, and then you start building up your own sort of circle, right? You start building up your audience, and within no time, you see a lot of people from, the people that recognize the guy that you're friends with, come flock to you, right? And as I mean, look, I messaged Adam, and I was like, look, you guys are running 1.6 million, I want to come work for you guys. Like I don't know if that was like more like a beggar move. I'm doing 6 figures myself, so I was just like, okay, well, look, I want to scale up my business, and you guys can help me out with that, so I'll do whatever the fuck you want me to do. But it really didn't destroy a relationship because both of us were coming from a point of leverage, right? So like I had my value to bring to the game, and a lot of people they don't have that. So they're literally just like messaging people saying, hey, bro, I'll work for you for free, and I'll do this, and like you can't have like that. You gotta have some leverage, right? So you gotta be good at something. So James, for example, I remember at one point, when we started talking, you would say things like, bro, I'll look at your sales page and stuff. You remember that? Like you were like, I'll look at your sales page and stuff, make tweets and shit. I don't know if that was you, man.
Yeah. Like, I don't know about that. I mean, I know that you asked me to review your copy and stuff like that. I don't know if I was always happy to do it. Like that. I mean, that's one of the powers, the persuasive powers where I'm like, I'm spending an hour rewriting this guy's post for him sometimes. And it's like, what the hell? what does this guy have on me, man? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, and then you actually had a statement that said something along the lines of, you are the only guy I never disagree with on a constant basis.
Yeah,
right?
That's another thing too. Like, I don't know if that's maybe one of the values that you're saying, you give a person, pleasure, but at the same time, like, it stop pissing me off, right? Like sometimes like people piss me off because, I worked in the hotel industry I grew up in like my grandparents ran it since I was 6, and I grew up in it, and like, I just have this real, intolerance for just people being pricks. Like I love people, but if someone's a prick or something like that, like I just lose it. And so I think what happened was there was an exchange in the Facebook comments. Remember that with that one girl? And I was heated. Like I was pissed. And I was like, how can she be so dumb? And I talked to you and you're just like, dude, who cares, man? Like who cares? And I was like, what? But I admired that because I was like, what? That's something like I need to aspire to not give a fuck like that for sure. I don't know how I got sidetracked on that, but I think that's one of the things that drew me to your base. And that's another thing too, like, at the same time, you do have a direction and you have a mission that like I see you communicate with other people too, is like you're rallying, people can rally behind you, right? Where you're like, we're cleaning the industry of these shady gurus and stuff like that, and you're not doing it in a way that attacks them. Which on a sidebar, which I think is a really intelligent thing, which you found when you did attack them, is that when you attack these gurus and you post these screenshots and things like that, they attack you, and then it creates more of an us versus them, and it cinches up their tribe even more. So it's like they become impenetrable, they become stronger when you do attack them, right? And so you stop doing that. And so you kind of took this different approach where you're like, I'm just gonna like crush them with sheer mass of testimonials and case studies and endorsements and things like that. And so it's like this mission my point is this mission that you created that people can rally behind as well. So I think that's another thing too that you do well.
Yeah, definitely. I was about to bring that up in the second audio actually, where we were about to speak on the audience thing.
Oh, but, screwed up.
No, that's cool. No, but for networking, man, that's one of the most important things. Like if you have sort of like a mission, right? If you're trying to do something that, really helps people out, or really like you have a bigger mission than yourself, right? So it's not just about, hey, I want to make money and get rich, but more of, I want to help these people, I want to do this for these people, I want to create 1,000 millionaires, or I want to help 1,000 people quit their jobs, or whatever that mission may be. You have leverage, okay? You have a very unconscious leverage, and that's not something, that is a brilliant way to bring that point up, by the way. That's something that I forgot to bring up, actually. I was about to bring up a similar thing when we talk about the audience in terms of leading communities and stuff like that, so like you have a vision. But that's a very good thing for networking as well. Even if you're a newbie, right? Like within no time, you'll be able to build up a big circle with a very good vision, right? Like building an audience is not hard at all if you have a good vision, because people want to subscribe to visions. That's what they do. They love joining communities and stuff that they want to support.
Yeah, they tie their identity into it as well, right? I mean, like, that's the big thing is that they want to identify as the guru crusher. Again, sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, it's totally what happens.
No, for sure, man. So yeah, I mean, my first launch really in this business, to be honest, is probably 6 years ago, or something like that. It was a launch, it was a CPA mastermind, and the name of the mastermind was actually something like Spartan Mastermind or something like that. I don't remember exactly. It was some Spartan thing. So the way we positioned it, I was like, because no one knew me in the industry back then. It's like I was like literally the most obscure guy ever. So a few guys knew me, a few friends knew me, but none of the top guys knew me, right? And like within days of starting the Spartan Mastermind, almost everyone in the CPA business knew me, right? Especially the big gurus and stuff. They were like, oh, you know that guy, you're in Spartan Mastermind, or whatever that thing's called. So the way we did that is basically by going to the community and saying things like, look guys, we want to, we want to really help you guys out. We want to help 300 people out. We want to help 300 people quit their jobs and stuff like that. Now, of course, we couldn't do that because we were not bringing enough volume. But I believe the launch did like 6 figures. So that's pretty awesome, man. I mean, like no one knew us. We ran no paid traffic. It was just through like a Facebook group. And then groups were kind of big. So groups had great organic engagement and stuff like that. But yeah, we ended up, making 6 figures from it, from a very small group of like 700 people in it. And yeah, that's when all these top people started reaching out to me and asking me for tips on how to do things and how to launch the groups and stuff like that. And slowly I became the sort of go-to guy for launch stuff as well, which again, I quit in the middle and then I came back to it down the line maybe 2016. 17, I had a different project in my mind which turned out to be pretty bad. Then again, I started dominating at the end of 2017. But yeah, I mean, you know me for a few years, right? Like, you know me, I've known, I've known Cameron for like the last 5 years. The way I met Cameron, I'll tell you this. Cameron posted somewhere saying he wants someone to set up arbitrage for him. And he wanted to basically, he has offered this, he wanted people to set up CPA platforms and send a bunch of traffic, or I think that's what he meant. So, I messaged him, I'm like, I'm running a shit ton of volume on CPA, so let me have a look at the offer and see if you can run any traffic. And he's offer, and this is a guy with a celebrity show, right? So I was big then, but I was not this big. I was like the normal kind of big, like a guy that had a 6-figure launch, helping out a ton of people, whatever, right? So I messaged this dude, I'm like, okay, bro, give me your link, and he sends me the link, and I have a look at the link, and I bring my other partner in, and we're talking about, running traffic and stuff, and we became good friends after that, and we speak a few times here and there. So the point anyway is, I added value to his life, right? So there was, even if I did not actually run the traffic for him, there was still, that sort of time period where I was adding value to his life by giving him hope that, I could do something. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I can. Like a lot of these people, I really just met them by being myself, to be honest with you. Like I would just add, a ton of value to their life. So I go on their posts and comment something nice. Last time I was in this group called Facebook Ads Savages, right? So some guy went in and asked for help. So I get into the comments and I'm like, okay man, this is how to do that. And all of a sudden I see the admin of the group was David Schloss, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Pretty good guy, right? Yep. So he comes on there and he's like, hey, so I didn't know you were in this group, bro. Thanks for helping people out. I'm like, well, that's fucking amazing. Like we've never spoken before. Mm-hmm. Like we've never spoken before. But he recognizes me and I know that guy's a legit guy. So, that's really it, guys. I mean, you add a ton of value to the marketplace. You be this kind of guy that's very resourceful, right? So if anyone runs into any problems whatsoever, you're there for them, and you add pleasure into people's lives. You make them feel happy, you make them laugh, you make them feel more blissful all the time, and then you make them feel comfortable. That's really the 4 sort of keys, in my opinion, to network with anyone really, or just build up a big network. Or Green 100 or whatever you guys want to call it. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, I think my biggest takeaway really is just the fact that you're just creating a relationship before it's that weird, like you say, sliding into the person's DMs. Like that's what people think of when they think networking, and you're taking it back and making it more organic. I mean, it's like, kind of like the traditional way of thinking about networking is online is like the same as cold calling almost, right? Like nobody wants to cold call, nobody wants to receive a cold call, but your style is more like everybody's just hanging out, having a good time, and you're just making connections, and it's just that's all it is, and you keep building out, and you keep providing value, and it's just super simple. It's just a matter of doing it and putting in the time. And I think another thing too is that a dangerous thing, which I personally suffer from, I don't know what Ace does, but just spending way too much time on Facebook and stuff like that, which is just a major time suck. So I mean, like what I personally do is I block Facebook for the entire day, and I just have a half-an-hour window. And if I have anything to do on Facebook, I want to network or something like that, then like I just make sure that I'm on there from 11 a.m. to 11:30 or whatever time of day it's open at, and just make it. It sounds so transactional and everything like that too, but just make your networking do it with a purpose, opposed to just this time wasting that everybody does, man. Like I don't know, I swear I would be so much more successful if I didn't waste so much time as I did on Facebook, because it just consumed me. And now I go on there, I go on Facebook now, and I'm like, how was I addicted to this? This is insane. Like it's stupid. Facebook is actually dumb, right? I mean, it's just people are just posting videos, and there's nothing really there that's adding to you. Like, but if you use it as a business tool, and it's super powerful for networking and everything as well.
Yeah, for sure. I gotta try that application out, man. You gotta do the name of that. Like, I gotta go figure that out. Because I spent too much time on Facebook, bro. Like I make money from it, but still I spend too much of useless time on Facebook sharing memes and stuff like that. But they also have the great reviews, so like,
that's the other thing too. It feels like a trade-off, because then sometimes it feels like, okay, well, I've fallen off the face of the earth to a lot of people as well, right? So like you don't even know which side to take. But there's something about Facebook, dude, that like, because I have it open for half an hour, that half an hour can go by in a blink. Like you just start scrolling, and I don't know what the mindlessness is or whatever it is. And Facebook is the only thing I block. Like I leave YouTube open, I leave everything else open, and nothing gets me hooked in. Like YouTube, I can pull myself away, but once Facebook digs into you, man, it's that dopamine. It's the pigeon. I mean, actually, to get into it, it's actually you ever heard the study with the pigeons? With the, no, this is why Facebook actually works on a psychological level. So they took pigeons and they put them in a cage, and they put a button in the cage, and every time the pigeon hit the button, it spit out treats or whatever, right? And so when it spits out a predictable amount of treats every time, it spits out three treats every time, the pigeon gets bored. But when it pushes it and it sometimes gets something, sometimes doesn't get anything, sometimes gets 3, sometimes gets 15, then it becomes addicted to it. So it doesn't know what it's going to get next. And that's what Facebook is doing, right? Because you're going through Facebook, every time you open Facebook, you don't know if it's going to be like the greatest video in the world, or something hilarious is happening, or there's some heated drama thread that you're missing out on, or whatever it is. That might happen, or you might get nothing, and that's what makes it so addictive.
Right.
Same thing as slot machines, man. It's like the exact same thing that's going on in the brain.
Yeah, it's just that the human brain is so mysterious, right? Like think of this. When you see someone, right, you instantly start to realize if they're a good guy or a bad guy. Like literally, like you get that idea, right? So like you speak to someone, you're like, okay, he's a stupid dude, he's a nice guy, he's a stupid dude, he's a nice guy. Like that is your brain literally sort of running thousands of analyzations, to come up with a conclusion like that he could be a bad guy, right? And it's just so fascinating to understand this, especially in terms of networking. But yeah, one thing I want to finish this off with, or finish my discussion off with, is really just like, guys, look, you gotta be the guy with, a ton of people with you, right? That's one big problem that I see a lot of people on Facebook doing. They're like this lonely guy, they keep writing posts, there's 0 likes on it, or there's like 3 likes on it, and then, they're reaching out to people and trying to connect with them. So what happens when you do that is like you're looking like this lonely guy that's trying to reach out to people and being creepy, right? You can't have that. You gotta be fun on Facebook. I mean, honestly, getting likes or loves or whatever on Facebook is not really that hard. If you're a funny guy, you get a bunch of likes. You know what I mean? So just be sort of like a playboy, man. Like, but not with girls. Like you gotta be a playboy with, connections, like people that know what they're doing, people that are successful, people that are crushing it, and you have a ton of them, right, with you. And what happens then is when a successful person sees you with all these new people, all these people that are crushing it, then he's gonna be like, okay, I gotta be in that group, and then people, all of them are gonna be like, okay, I gotta be in that group. That's one of the reasons why I crush it so well, is because I have so many of these people that whenever I message any of these new guys, they're like, okay, well, this guy already has that circle, which I'd love to be a part of, so they're in, right? And not just that, I have an audience, which in the next module is gonna be all about audience, how to build and cultivate a grand audience, how to get them to do anything you want them to do, and it's gonna be a dangerous module, man. I'll tell you that, because at the end of the day, these things that we know of, right? Like us being copywriters, we know a lot of stuff about the human psychology, right? And how to motivate people to do things for us. This is kind of dangerous, guys, right? So if you're selling any unethical products or anything that's illegal, you should definitely not jump on the next audio. Give us messages and we give you a refund. But if you're selling an ethical product and you can't figure out a way to really put your message across out there, build an audience for yourself, get them to sort of be this loyal, brotherhood, right? That is next to you that protect you if necessary, like an army, like some sort of an army that really loves you and will do anything for you. If you want to do stuff like that, next module, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do it. Okay? Just promise me that you won't use it for anything that's evil, anything unethical, and you should be able to crush it with some of the strategies. Alright? You want to say anything before we end this, bro?
No, man, that's awesome. I'm just kind of here. Like I'm just like you guys. I'm just kind of listening to Ace and seeing what he has to say. But I think that's a great frame, like that loyal brotherhood. I mean, it's not it's kind of a switch. I mean, at the same time, you say, okay, it's an audience, but an audience kind of sounds like everybody's below you and everyone's listening to you. But like you say, like creating an army of equals, almost, it creates a new spin, and that's a lot of things too, right? I mean, like when you create that reframe, if someone's sitting there saying like, who wants to listen to me? Who's going to be my audience? If you reframe that and say like, create a following of equal people that want to do what you want to do, which I think has a lot to do with like your mission statements and things like that, and your drive. It doesn't make it as intimidating, right? So that's awesome. I'm looking forward to that, man.
For sure, dude. Yeah, but that's it. I think we've been on for like how long? 3 hours? 3 hours now? 2 hours? Hang on, let me see.
We're at an hour and a half.
That's pretty good. That's not too bad. I mean, I thought we were on for 2 hours or something. I was like, so he spoke a lot.
That painful, eh? No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I was like, you spoke a lot, man. I mean, you spoke a lot. I spoke a lot. You gave a lot of value. So I was like, probably like 2 to 3 hours or whatever. But guys, look, at the end of the day, the next module is going to be like the most important module for you, because look, if you want to be Leonidas, right? Like you want to be this guy with equals that can command people to go do things for him, not just do things for him, but do things for the whole group in general. That's going to benefit for the greater good. That's going to fight wars for him, right? And I'm not going to show you guys any military stuff. So if the CIA is listening to me, then full disclaimer, this is just for marketing purposes. Just builds up the effect. So that's why I'm giving them. So, but I think it's going to be fun, man. I think the next module is going to be really fun, because that's like a topic that I always want to talk about. Building audiences and building a loyal following that like an army kind of thing, pretty much of equals. Let's do it, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was going through our Facebook chat to see like when we first started chatting, like what that initial message was. But man, I've been scrolling for a while here. I'm only back to like mid-December, so we just talked to a couple of girls on here. Dude, I can't find the beginning of that thing.
Dude, there's a lot of value exchange though. Like I'll like all the copy and stuff like that. So the first time I see a sales letter, I was like, bro, like, I look at this, and you not only had a look at it, you actually went in and edited it for me. So you changed a few things here and there. You're like, bro, I can't just have a look at it. I change it. I'm like, all right, well, here's the edit access. Go change that. You were in there, you changing stuff for me. But I mean, that's amazing, right? Like, because I've sent you a few deals here and there as well. Really show my appreciation for you, and we have that whole mutually beneficial relationship which we have with other people as well. And that's what I want to help people basically get by using some of the principles we spoke about in this module. The next module is going to be pretty epic, man. Like, I can already feel it. I think like building an army like Leonidas. We should get a guest speaker, bro. Let me see if I can find any great speaker that can be a guest.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was gonna say actually, going through that, our relationship is a result of networking, and it's mutually beneficial. I mean, you've handed me leads, you brought me these opportunities. I said before, like, I'm riding your coattails, man. Like you're all doing all these things, and you're like, hey, you want to come do this? I'm like, fuck yeah, sure, let's go do that. And you've handed me clients, you've done all these things, and then at the same time, I mean, you come to me and go like, hey, what can I do with this copy? And I'm happy to help. So it's like, yeah, it's again this mutually beneficial relationship, and it's cool. And it just makes business fun too, right? I mean, like work with people you get along with as well. Like if you're networking, you're going, okay, well, I'm a 20-something-year-old dude, and I'm gonna go network with like this 55-year-old business guy. Like, what are you guys gonna have in common? Like, that's not gonna be fun. But might make some money or whatever it is. But I mean, like the cool thing about the internet these days is like what Ace is talking about. Cameron is my age, and that dude is doing like I don't know what his business did last year, like 25 million or something like that. Like those are the people you can network with that are like just bros, like they're just friends. So that's what's sick too.
And they're generally cool people. Like there's never once when I messaged Cameron Joy that was like, he's a dickhead. Like not once I've ever felt that the dude was a dickhead, right? Now of course there are a few dickheads, but I think 80% of them are nice, man. Like almost everyone I speak to, they're like nice people. It's very rare that I see someone being a complete dick on Facebook, and they're usually the ones speaking it in my opinion at least.
Yeah, a lot of those people are doing it for the positioning, right? Like they think that's how they have to get attention, is to be this like brazen prick. Yeah, totally. And I mean, bring it back to Cameron too, like like everybody, he had to start, right? And his big thing, like, because me and him he started a year before me, and he took off. Like I ain't making 25 million a year, so he took off, right? And I didn't. And the big thing was his network, man. Like he got in with like 4 or 5 high-level marketers right from the get-go. Well, I'd say maybe like a year into it, because he just recognized like, okay, I'm not gonna make it just sitting here in my parents' living room, like on the kitchen table, like working on my iPad by myself or my MacBook by myself. So he went out and he like made those connections, and then the next thing I'm not making any money, and the next thing I hear is like he's at the penthouse with the owner of the entire company, like having drinks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that's the only difference I can see between me and him. I mean, like I'm not taking anything away from the dude. Like he's really talented and gifted marketer or anything like that. But deep down, that's really what it was. Again, it was just networking. Like it's crazy. You probably trace so many things back to just networking.
Yeah, but we're all sort of winners, man. I mean, think of it, right? Like one of the main reasons why people sort of connect with us is because we have that whole winning attitude, right? Like here's the deal, right? Like me personally, like I have the audience and stuff like that, but you have all the connections too, right? But you're super low key, honestly. Like I only see your name mentioned like in the comment section and stuff like pop guru stuff, right? Like you're not actively doing videos all the time, you're not actively doing posts all the time, trying to get people to battle me and stuff like that. And it's just crazy to me because people recognize winners, right? So like especially people that love winning, they love to network with other winners, and it's just a vibe that they feel, right? Because the moment you speak to them, or speak to them, and you're speaking about big goals and hitting them, and doing all this kind of work, and you actually walk the walk, right? Rather than just talk. It's like people freaking recognize the vibe, right? It's like and that's not very explainable either. It's like the same as women. It's like you try to talk to someone, then they know your vibe, right? So you can say like both like me and someone else, right? Like some random dude, you can say the same exact lines, but I'll kill it, and then the other person is literally just gonna end up looking like a creep, even if you use the same exact lines, just because the vibe is totally different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the vibe is something that you guys, most of these guys need to fix, and that is actually fixed when they start doing some of the principles that I asked them to do, which is to be more pleasurable to people, give them comfort, be resourcul, add a lot of value. Then slowly start respecting yourself, and you start building up this following, and you start feeling good about yourself, which leads to other people feeling good about you as well, and they think you're a winner, and they're gonna hit you up. One last thing I guess is just talking to people that are easier to talk to, okay? Because there's a lot of people that you can message and they're too nice to a degree where they're gonna message you back, okay? And they're gonna talk to you even if you're nobody. And these guys can be particularly useful if you're just getting started, because they have big audience, they might have big network, and you can tap into that network by just being friends with them and helping them out wherever they need help. So yeah.
Yeah. To take it back, I don't want to mention his name, but like he's just getting started, but at the same time, like he's just tenacious. And when he reaches out to you, and it's like maybe you know what I'm talking about, but he's just this tenacious kid who's like that he's gonna make it happen. And so when he reaches out for help and stuff like that, you're happy to help him because like he's going out there doing kind of facing back on what Ace was saying about vibe, like. You can come in and be like that guy. We all get those messages where it's just like, this guy's just a time suck. But at the same time, when you come in, like this, for me, I'm a copywriter, so people are going to come to me and say like, hey, can you look at my copy all the time stuff, right? And a lot of people, you brush off because it's your time. Like you can't just give away all your time. But sometimes you get this guy who, the average person who just comes in and like you tell tenacious, they want to make it happen and you want to help them, and they take that feedback. And that's the other thing too. Like people come in, I had a guy ask me to look at his copy, and I looked at his copy, and it was really bad, like seriously very bad. Like he shouldn't have been writing copy. And I gave him a bunch of input, and he's just like, oh, and he just argued with me. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, no problem. But this other guy, I give him feedback, and he's like, dude, thank you so much. Like how am I gonna blow him off the next time he comes and ask for feedback? I'll be like, yeah, and I've given him feedback like on 3 different sales letters already. So that's the thing. Like it doesn't matter where you are on your level. Whether your goal is just to make like $5 grand a month or if your goal is to make $100 grand a month, it doesn't matter. As long as you're just tenacious and you just show that you want it and you appreciate the feedback and those things. So it doesn't matter where you're starting from.
Yeah, I think I know the guy. I think I know the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, 100% you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah. No, but no, actually initially I thought you were about to talk about another guy, and I was laughing. I was like, he's probably bring that up. But somebody that lives in a small space, I think. No offense. You kind of know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, guys, like at the end of the day, right, if you're gonna get defensive all the time, no one's gonna help you out. That's what I realized. It's like a lot of people, right, especially, they feel the need to express their opinion everywhere, right? So like, they'll get defensive, they'll express their opinion, they'll fight with the person, they'll take a stand, pretty strong, which is sort of fine if you're actually fighting for the greater good, but 80% of the time it's just fighting for some stupid stuff on social media, which really doesn't make any sense. So that's one thing that I would never do, man, honestly. I would never go into someone's profile, and if he posts something, go comment things like, no, you're wrong, or anything like that. It's just so bad to do that, you know. They bring him on the defense. Like, never put anyone on the defense, you know. Because like, if you say something like, no, you're wrong, the guy now, he's trying he's gonna do everything he can to prove that he's right and you're wrong. You know, and that's just putting him on the defensive and you're getting on the defensive. Instead, you know, like if someone says something they don't like, just ignore. You know, or just say something like, yeah, right, true, and just keep moving on. You know, it's just much easier, in my opinion. You can save a lot more relationships like that. You know. But yeah, dude, I think we should end this, man. This is like going on for like an hour and a half.
No, yeah, man, we're gonna keep continuing, and then we'll wrap it up, and then we'll continue again.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about this stuff, man.
I was gonna say one more thing though, because what you're saying about like in the comment section, that's big too. Because you know, there's a couple people I've been on Facebook for a while now, like in the internet marketing space and stuff. And like, there's people who have permanently damaged the way that I'll look at them. Like, I haven't even spoken to them, but just the way that they interact in the comment section, I have no respect for them whatsoever, right? Just really seeing like who they are. And I'm not even talking about like political beliefs or anything like that. Just being a dick in the comment section, just being this angry moron. So you have to really, like, maybe you are an angry moron, I don't know, but you have to make sure that you don't allow that to seep out onto Facebook. Like, just like Ace is saying, like, just be agreeable and just be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, I've had a few comments, like, go back and forth a few times with people, but I always end it off and just say, look, you know, I respect your opinion, but you know, I think this way. I never get angry about it. I mean, except that one time I was talking about that woman just drove me nuts, and that was wrong on my behalf. Like, because who knows who's looking at this stuff? You have no idea. Like, maybe Frank Kern is reading those comment sections. You don't know, right? And that could permanently put a stain on your career. So something to be definitely cognizant of. So with that, let's definitely wrap this thing up.
For sure, man.
All right, dude.